days later and was truly shocked when I awoke from surgery to find out that it was necessary for me to have a mastectomy. Cancer, I wasn't planning on that. As I awoke, I had one of my most important supporters with me, my husband. He, along with the doctor, explained what had been done and that I was expected to fully recover, but I was stunned and found it hard to believe that it happened to me. The next few hours, I tried to sort out my feelings and emotion, but I soon realized that this was going to take time. I had so many things in my life I wanted to fears, apprehensions, and questions, but somehow I was given the strength to face them. I certainly was not familiar with the American Cancer Society's Reach to Recovery program, the one-to-one visitation program for breast cancer patients. I was told by my doctor and nurse demonstrated exercises my doctor would order me to do and presented me with a temporary form and information on permanent forms. Most of all, though, she brought me herself, someone who'd had the diagnosis of breast cancer and surgery. She was the non-medical part of my recovery. Another woman who had experienced breast cancer and was leading a wonderful, full, active life. She was a wonderful example and answered so many questions I had. She was kind, helpful, and caring, and followed my progress by phone during the following month or two. It was wonderful to have a person like Pat Miller help me. She was a very important person in my recovery. During my recovery, I watched the faces of my husband and my children, and I knew too they were experiencing mixed emotions, fear, apprehension, and the unknown. It is really true, when one of your family is facing a life-threatening situation, all go through a most difficult time. We communicated often by word, prayer, and we knew that I had the very best of care. We tried to be patient and to take each day as it came. Our friends were so generous in so many ways at that time. Prayers, cards, flowers, food, chauffeuring, and help with any family need. I was temporarily spoiled, but how I appreciated each of them. Together with my doctors and nurses, I certainly had a good news team. After a few weeks, I returned to work, but my thoughts often were of what had recently gone on in my life. I had good days, and some that were not so good. But I realized that time was a healer, and my apprehensions and fears were being replaced by feelings that I truly was feeling better each day, and I had much less apprehension. My life was returning to what it had been before surgery, though in some respects it was different. Many things that I took for granted were more appreciated, and the things that I felt were important were not important at all. I could better prioritize how I wished to spend my time, and that is why, after a year and a half, I knew I would like to become a Reach to Recovery volunteer. I followed the American Cancer Society guidelines and shortly thereafter became a trained volunteer. That was 16 years ago. I can truly say that my time spent visiting women who've had breast cancer has been wonderfully fulfilling. Each time I make a visit, if I have helped that woman in any way, it has been my privilege to do so. I always feel that I take out more from each visit than I bring in. As Judy mentioned to you, the Reach to Recovery program is a part of the American Cancer Society. It was started back in 1952 by a woman named Therese Lasser, who herself had breast cancer. Found out that by visiting friends that she could be a support to them, share what she knew. It's hard to imagine 40 years ago this subject was really not discussed. So it became a part of the American Cancer Society in 1969, and it is part of the many services offered by the Society. I am here today representing the 5 other volunteers who make visits at Mercy and Catalon, and the thousands of volunteers throughout the world who make breast cancer visits in this country and on an international basis. We've all had breast cancer, and we truly care about those now experiencing what we have successfully been through. Our hearts and our hands are there whenever we are needed.
Catalon, you're on TV.
Hi, Marty. Okay, how are you?
And I have seen on many occasions. Some had surgery, chemotherapy, radiation, or other treatment modalities that have brought us here today. We are grateful for all those hands that guided us in this direction. As survivors, we know each day is a gift, and today we celebrate and we truly rejoice in our good news. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Ruth. That was very nice. Our next speaker this afternoon is Veronica Porter. She's the president of Healthcare InfoNet and the managing editor of the
funny, and it's tremendously inspirational. If you haven't seen it, it's a wonderful thing to pick up. At this point, I'd like just to say a few words about sick, black, and morbid humor. Irma Bombeck talks about how these kids sort of naturally use that kind of humor. And I've done a lot of work in this area as well, especially with paramedics. And I'm here to tell you it is okay and even healthy to use this kind of humor. And I'll tell you why. Well, on the one hand, black humor may frighten people who have not experienced a specific traumatic situation. It fulfills the function of encouragement for those who have. These individuals encourage themselves with a non-serious attitude about very serious matters, which neutralizes the horror and makes it possible to rise above it. In this aspect of self-encouragement, there is a sort of provision of strength for coping with the tragic situation. Now, Charlie Chaplin endured helplessness in the face of natural forces and in order not to go crazy. The most profound example I've ever come across of the use of humor in very extraordinary circumstances was written by Viktor Frankl. And Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist, a philosopher, and he was also a Nazi concentration camp survivor. And he writes in a book called Man's Search for Meaning about how he and another inmate used humor while they were inmates at Dachau. And to rise probably above the most horrific of circumstances, each of them promised that they would tell each other a humorous story about what might happen to them after their liberation. And this made a tremendous impression upon me in terms of how important humor was to use and how it could be used in the most terrible of life circumstances. So, if you're feeling like you'd like to improve your laugh life, what are some simple strategies you can use? Well, first and foremost, make sure you laugh at least once a day. Just look at the events around you. In the news, surely a politician, you'll find something funny. You know, in the newspapers, if you recall back when Jim Baker, Candy Bayer, thousands of meetings material for months and months. So there's got to be something out there that you can find funny. And if by the end of the day you still haven't found anything to laugh about, just look at your dog and start laughing. Unlike a human, they're not going to take offense. And Fido's probably going to think that they really did something cute. So back to the dog. Second thing, very important, laugh at yourself. For example, the bigger your hurry, the longer the elevators take. Right? That's true. The more out of date the magazines are in the physician's office, the longer you'll have to sit in the waiting room. Or, you know it's going to be a bad day when. Fill in the rest of the sentence. You know it's going to be a bad day when. You wake up face down on the pavement. You know it's going to be a bad day when. You go back to work. When you work in a hospital. I feel very comfortable with this group. I want to tell you, I skip, okay? I skip. When I'm happy, I don't just walk, I skip. Skippers Anonymous is the next group I'm going to speak with. Another way that I try to stay young is, working.
Go up here first, okay? Done with your pop?
有一家人少，你就要去看那只小猪。
那我有感觉，
我先去看好了，我已经想到好几个。
We go to another walk.
Like that?
Way back.
Yes.
Way back. You're alright. Okay now for a little while. You can sit up. You're okay now. We're gonna stop.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like, it was real good when I laid it on me, then it would kind of absorb the shock.
Yeah.
I think I'm missing it for a while though. When I get this way.
When will this be on? So this will air only once?
Yeah.
There's no way of knowing when it's going
I
to be
can
on.
call, maybe I'll call.
Call the park. Yeah. That'd be great.
Hey, do you want to say something on into the mic about it comes back to Blackberry Farm or something like that?
I don't know what to say.
Okay, I'll sure.
Go back there.
Wait a minute.
I'm not ready.
Cassie, what you doing? Should we put her hat on?
That's cute.
What are you doing?
Are you going to get any rides?
Are you telling me something?
There's Daddy. But she's wrong with that.
Here.
That was cute. But we'll bring her in the
I'm sorry. Why not? Want me to sit down?
Yeah, and I gotta turn up my light a little here. Hold on.
Everybody starts out as a
I'm
square
not ready
block.
yet.
Okay.
Sorry.
You tell me when you're ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Everyone starts out as a square block. Then I round them over, put on the face, and then the details. And this little guy here is about in this stage here, in between here. And this is a little bigger Santa that I was working on this morning. When they get done, I mount them on skis and paint them, and we have a skiing Santa. So just sit here and take a little pieces of wood off at a time. So we end up with a Santa.
Hey, I'm getting close-ups of these things.
Who are you with?
TV30, WFXV. We're in about 7 counties here in the area, and or Channel 30 broadcast or Channel 8 on your cable.
Okay. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. How about yourself?
Anything with it. So we show them our tapes. It doesn't really matter, because what matters is... I think we should have our talk here on the bench, because it'll just go
Fine.
and move over there.
That's even a better idea.
Okay, we're rolling, so just keep us kind of framed up, and I'll go back and refocus on him. Now we should be in focus for everything. You shouldn't have to change anything. Just use your judgment on keeping it centered.
So then the first part of it, when I say a few words and stuff, you're just going to have us both in here like this, and then I'm going to go to
Yeah,
you.
well, like you the lead-in.
Did you
You're
use
gonna do
Colgate?
that from, huh?
Did you gargle or?
Did you eat garlic or what?
No, I just brush my teeth real fast with crust or something. Just, I
With
feel
crust,
like
okay.
I feel better,
You feel
more
fresh.
alert
Yeah.
when it's
Yeah,
breathe.
Yeah.
Just feel kind of down.
Taco breath.
Anyway, is that red light still on?
Yes.
Okay. Your little lead-in to explain what we're gonna
It's
do
going to be
today.
real short.
You're gonna do it right here.
Might as well.
Okay. Wait, I'll sit here like I'm just waiting, and you go ahead and address the camera, and then
Yeah.
turn to me and say, Sarah, I'm glad you could join us, or whatever.
Okay.
Greg, check the mic. Make sure it's not in the picture. It's okay? Sound good?
Now, you probably,
Sounds
see
great.
like our mouths are here, you
Mhm.
probably want to be a
Higher?
little lower than
A
our
little
mouths,
lower?
or even too.
Yeah,
you
why don't
know?
you scooch down or something? And then the other thing is when a phone ring thing goes through, he's going to scooch that way, so you'll have to go all the way in the corner there,
Yeah, I
all the way
will.
behind him.
I will.
Okay. And then when we do that, as soon as I get up, I try to get up slowly, and
I just follow
Come
your
over.
upper
Can I
body.
powder you?
sure. Makeup time.
I'm gonna get my own. I gotta get some fitness line powder.
Oh, I don't care.
Kevin loves to wear it. Don't let him kid you.
This is his favorite part.
That was the first time she came up with that brush, I almost.
Had a stroke. Oh no, it's all over his shirt.
I even blew on it, but we'll bust them off.
I think we're getting very pancakey here. We're getting carried away.
Yes.
Should I brush it off with a towel? This is how I get dressed every morning.
Stand up and do your pants like that.
It's like an every morning thing.
I'm gonna be hearing about this for the rest of the week now, Sarah. I can't believe
That
that.
we picked on him. Look at that one side of your cheek. Yeah, it's
Perfect.
Stunning.
Chris, you said that was okay to get makeup on in a little bag now, so.
Would you like some lipstick?
No, guys are here.
I'll let you
Pass it
apply it in
on,
the
guys.
car. If you're nice, I'll let you apply it in the car. and bring it
Thanks.
home.
That's nice.
okay.
Just don't go over your line.
I won't. I see it. I see it.
We're set. Now, are you gonna at any time establish? We have to do that before we shoot for now. Are we gonna establish like that I'm like the producer or something, or that I'm a tech person? I mean, how are you gonna say what my career is, or just that I'm a business
Well, I was
person?
going to start out saying you're a busy professional.
Okay, that's fine. That's good.
So because of the things you were talking about, I didn't want to know how much detail you want to go into.
Okay.
Kevin, can you keep your feet more toward you?
Okay.
You can just say business
That's great.
professional working in the TV world or something, or.
How's the mic?
Do you hear it?
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And that's okay. People know. I don't know what I was thinking that hiding my last name for protect me. It won't, because they see it on the credits all the time.
I don't know if a lot of people put two and two together.
Yeah. I don't think they always do. But
It's up to you.
okay. Just say you're busy professional.
Okay.
And you can say work on TV, but.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll just swing it. And we might stop if we really mess up. That red light's still on? Okay.
Okay.
Zero, there's a counter right here. I'll just zero it for you. Then we'll have some idea about how long that went. I'll just hit reset.
Zeroed? Okay, we'll try it. According to the National Sporting Goods Association, about $2 billion worth of home exercise equipment is spent. Wait, let's do it again. Zero it out. According to the National Sporting Goods Association, about $2 billion is spent every year in the United States on home exercise equipment. Now, that tells me that there's a lot of people exercising out there. But actually what happens is a lot of people, number one, aren't sure how to use a lot of the equipment, and really don't really have the time to use it like the manufacturer would like you to. Hi, I'm Kevin Mark of the Fitness Line, and today on Body Basics, we're going to go over with Sarah, a busy professional, and talk about things, exercise topics that interest you.
Cut.
We're going to do it again for
Yeah.
sure. Say, hi, I'm Kevin Mark again. You know what I mean? At the beginning. Say
At
that
the very
at
beginning?
first, yeah. Hi, I'm Kevin Mark again of the Fitness Line.
Okay.
And today we're going to cover
Okay.
blah, 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 blah,
Go
blah.
up front.
I'm here now with,
Okay.
you might want to introduce me first because I'm not detailed introducing, but just say, hi, I'm Kevin Mark of the Fitness Line, and we've got, our subject for today's show, Sarah, sitting right here. We'll get to her in a second. Today we're
Okay.
going to cover,
Okay.
Could you watch your shadows from when you move the microphone and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Why
Okay.
don't you put your elbow in the corner there and just keep it there?
Yeah, I'm going to have to keep it
you
steady.
probably won't have to move it.
Like this?
Yeah,
Is this
it'll be
good?
okay the whole time.
Greg?
Unless,
Yeah, that's fine.
And what about now? Can you hear me on that mic?
Yeah.
I could point it down
yeah,
like
do a little
this.
down if we're like on the ground or something. Now,
Where that shadow comes in is right over the Mountain Dew bottle.
Right, I see that. Okay.
And that's still in the picture, just in the corner.
Okay.
we're still on two-shot. Like there's two of us in the frame, and the camera's rolling. Okay, go ahead and reset it, and then we'll try it.
Okay.
So you're gonna quickly say I'm the subject of the show, and then keep
Right.
talking. Then they won't. Okay.
Ready? Hi, I'm Kevin Mark of the Fitness Line, and with me is Sarah, a busy professional, and you're welcome to Body Basics. Now let's start over.
Okay. You'll say,
Same
hi,
we're
I'm
doing
Kevin
with
Mark of the Fitness Line.
Yeah.
Today on Body Basics.
Okay, so we're going to do the Body Basics thing first, and then I'll introduce you,
Just
and I'll go
say,
through
yeah,
my
say,
spiel.
hi, I'm Kevin Mark of the Fitness Line. Today on Body Basics, we got Sarah here with us, and we're going to go through her own personal workout. And then
Okay.
expound, you know what I mean?
Okay.
On whatever. Then you-
Try it again. Hi, I'm Kevin Mark of the Fitness Line.
Hold on, can we start? Because I was like,
Oh,
wow, on TV. Okay.
Kev, slow it down a little bit. Here's your cadence. Hi, I'm Kevin Mark of the Fitness Line.
okay.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Kevin Mark of the Fitness Line, and today on Body Basics, we've invited Sarah, a busy professional, to sit down with us, actually invite us into her home, and we're going to talk about a lot of topics that are of interest to all of us, like we always do. One of those is today, then, a national sport. No, let's start over.
Oh, you got the beginning part.
Yeah, the beginning. We'll just go right into it.
Okay.
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 Zero it out. Hi, I'm Kevin Mark of the Fitness Line, and today on Body Basics, we've invited Sarah, a busy professional, to help us out on some of the topics that are of interest to you. Remember, we're not here to take care of what celebrities do when they work out. We don't care what professional athletes do. What we're interested in is the same thing the National Sporting Goods Association is interested in. The people who are spending $2 billion a year on home exercise equipment. The main thing we're worried about is that with $2 billion worth of stuff out there, there's not a lot of people getting in shape. So what we're going to question is, if you don't have a lot of time to get to a gym, if you've only got a few pieces of equipment, we're going to go over a program that you can do in your home 20 minutes a day. Okay? So Sarah, being the busy professional that she is, doesn't have a lot of time to work out. So we're going to work out. Remember, this isn't an exercise program where we just you work out along with us. What we're going to do is show you a program designed for Sarah, for her needs, and see if they fit the type of thing you're interested in. So for instance, now a lot of times you think when you watch exercise programs, you want to do different exercises along with the professionals. But what really are your goals that you want out of a fitness program?
Well, I think basically I need some strength building exercises because in my job I carry a lot of heavy equipment and I walk far distances. It's really strenuous. So I need to build like some muscles in my arms and my legs. But generally, just like from looking in the mirror, I know that I want to trim around my my waistline a little bit and get my thighs a little more trim. And general overall health. You know, I think maybe some kind of aerobic program to keep my heart going.
Okay. So yeah, and actually your goals are what a lot of people's are. A lot of people, especially women, will name their hips and their thighs and their rear ends and everything else. But the aerobics is important to get your fat down a little bit, obviously, and also building up your back and your shoulders and your arms. Part of it's for posture. Part of it's because you're actually building up muscle, and every pound of muscle, no matter where you carries it, remember, burns an extra 50 or 60 calories a day. And the rest is to keep your body in a youthful condition. Okay? So remember, we're not going to, you don't work out along with us. We'll show you, can write down what we're doing. We're going to show you like one set of every different exercise. And since we're going to start off with the biggest muscle groups first, we're going to start off with your legs and thighs. So let's start off with a squat.
Okay.
So all we're going to do for a squat is, and you just need a little bit of space, is, come on, stand up. Now, anytime you're doing any kind of squatting motion, you want to be really careful, make sure your knees are a little bit warmed up. So the first thing remember is you put your feet about shoulder width apart, your toes out just a little bit.
Pointing out this way.
Just point it out just a little bit. When they're straight, a lot of times when you squat down, it puts too much pressure on your knees. And all you're going to do is just go down about halfway, squat down, stand up, just squat down, and stand up.
Like this?
Yeah. So all you're doing is you're coming down about probably 5 or 6 inches. You don't want to go down as far as you can possibly go because you're not warmed up. If you've got an opportunity to do some cardiovascular exercise beforehand and warm up your knees and your joints, fine. But always assume that the muscle's a little cold. Good, relax.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I can feel it a little bit, you know.
a little bit in the thighs. Now that's what most people do. A lot of women will do a squat for your thighs and think, well, that's great. But obviously, no matter what you do, your thighs are along for the road. What you want to do in the same time.
Wait. Your thighs are along for the road?
They're along for the road. They're along for the ride.
Along for the ride.
Okay.
Okay, got it either way. But let's, here, since we're stopped. When we stood up, were you like, oh, gotta get him in the shot? I mean, what did it look like?
I got you both in the shot, it was no problem. But when you went down the first time, I followed you down, and then you came up a little bit too fast, so
okay.
I missed a little bit top of Kevin's head.
If I go down, I mean, you don't have to follow me all the way down. You know, like maybe keep it even with Kevin, and my head will just go down a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you seeing like? Are you seeing here up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe just a little bit below your knees.
That's
So
good.
so we're seeing a little bit of the squat.
Okay, that's good.
So it's no problem.
Okay.
That was good, though.
We were hearing a little bit of the wind.
Yeah.
So I'm betting that.
How's the mic?
It's fine. No
Okay.
problems. Just the wind.
Hot
Sorry
box.
about that. It'll help the wind. If anything.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to reset?
Let's just.
Most of that was excellent.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, you could start in with, now remember,
You want
when-
to start off with the squat?
Yeah, let's get up to do the squat, and that'll be a good place for a cutaway.
Okay.
Do you think that we might want to do the beginning again, and you might want to address me and the camera when you're talking about what we're going to do today, or what
part?
did you think it looked like when he was just addressing the camera that whole beginning?
I thought it was fine. It looked natural.
Okay.
I thought it looked natural from here,
Okay,
too.
that's good.
I like the beginning.
I'm embarrassed. I never look at people, so it's natural for me.
Okay, good. Well, let's take it from the squat.
Kevin faces away from people usually when he talks to them.
Which is
Okay.
how when you're at a drive-in restaurant. Now, one of the things we're going to do too, as long as we're going to start with a squat, let's start from the side. So what
you
we'll do
like-
is, yeah, you can go from this direction. Okay.
Why don't we just take it from,
Or we stand up.
well, we stood up and I did one squat.
Yeah, and you were talking
So
about form.
I'll get a shot, you'll have to do this later, get a close-up of me just doing the squat by myself, you know? Like, hey, can you get it? Well, we'll do it later. We'll get my knee or something.
Now
going
you
down.
could start with, because everything was good up to this point. You go, now remember when you do squats.
Well, where we were to the point where we're saying,
When we stop for a long time, where we,
Okay.
am I done?
okay,
I can say that again, I feel it in
Okay.
my thighs right here, and we'll just
Okay.
take it from there. Okay, are we in the shot?
Yes.
Yeah, I really felt it in my thighs.
and that's an excellent point. Because obviously if you're doing any kind of bending down exercises, you're going to feel it in your thighs. But we don't have the time to waste and work every individual muscle group there is. So what we're going to do is, if you do feel it in your thighs, forget about them for now. Think about your rear end and your hips. Now you could go all day and feel it in your thighs, okay? But we're not interested in it. So when you go down, you want to actually tighten up your butt and lift up with your butt when you go. Okay?
Okay.
Because everybody thinks no matter what you do, remember, we talked about this at another show, that your rear end automatically does some activity. It does a little bit. But one reason everybody's rear ends are flabby, apart from being couch potatoes and everything else, is going up and down stairs and everything else. Well, going up and down stairs, let's say, you don't use enough of the muscle in order to make it work. So what we're going to do is forget about your thighs when you're doing these, and don't come out so far. Just keep your feet more
close
right
together?
over your knees. No, have your feet where you had them, a little
Okay.
wider. But don't come all the way out like that. Just come a little more forward like that. And remember, on the way up, squeeze your butt.
On the way up,
Squeeze
but
on
not
the way
later.
up. Well, half at a time. One half at a time.
Okay.
So squeeze. Now go down a little
Right.
lower if you need it. Your knees okay?
Yeah, I do feel a little bit in my knees.
Well,
Am I
don't
doing it
go
wrong?
down that low.
Okay.
And it's because you're not warmed up enough.
Okay.
Now squeeze your butt on the way up. Squeeze your butt. 2 more. Now slow on the way down. Good, relax.
Okay.
So a couple
good.
things you're looking for is, it's okay if your heels come up. Your toes are always out a little bit and your feet about shoulder width. If you feel anything in your knees, you're either going down too low, you're going too fast in the exercise, or if you feel something in your knees all the time, check with your doc first.
Okay.
All right? But on the way down, you're doing a normal squat, and on the way up, you squeeze your butt, let that do all the action. That'll actually not only work the thighs and the rear end, but the
Okay.
transition between your thighs, your hips, and your rear end.
To like bring you back up, that different
Exactly
muscle
right.
is working. I do feel it now. And
Exactly
it doesn't
right.
hurt in my knees anymore.
Good, good,
Okay,
very
good.
Okay, now the next thing we're going to do, because that's the first thing for your legs and hips, we're also going to do a lunge. Okay, so if you have problems with your knees, don't do the lunge. But if you do, if your knees are
My
fine,
knees are fine,
good. So step back a little bit.
Like this?
No, just step back so you're both feet together on the side. And all you're going to do is come down real easy with one leg and up. Then the other side.
Oops, but I gotta keep my leg like that.
Well, when you come out, your toe should be out just a little bit, and don't let your knee come out over your toe. Okay, so
So I'm going down more. than-
exactly right. The first couple of reps you're going to do are not going to be too far. All right, so you're not going to come all the way out and lunge down.
Okay.
All you're going to do is come out a little ways, down like this. Get your legs warmed up and your knees warmed up, and then alternate legs.
So just like stepping and stepping down.
It's just like doing an easy step. And that's another good point. You don't want to plop down. You want to glide like you're doing. Just easily glide off the carpet. And after you've done it for a couple of weeks, when you're warmed up and it's pretty comfortable, then extend your stride a little bit.
And then I can go farther.
Yeah, but you got to do it slow. And here's another place. When you get to the point where you think these are pretty easy and you want to go faster, deliberately go slower, but squeeze your butt.
Is it important to keep your back straight when you do these?
Now, straight is what you hear a lot of people say, but remember, there's a natural curve to your back. Okay, so your back wouldn't literally be straight up and down. If you saw it in a mirror, there'd be a little bit of curve to it. One important thing to remember is holding your abs when you do it. Generally, if you purposely pull in your abs, it'll keep your back straight. And then if you feel like you're leaning forward, look up when you're doing it.
So if I feel like I'm hunching or something, I should...
If you're hunching or if you find yourself
Okay.
coming down too far over your foot, because remember, you don't want your knee to come past your toe.
Okay.
Okay? So you're doing some simple
And
lunges.
Hold the stomach in, or what'd you say?
Pull your stomach
Pull
in,
it
pull
in?
your abs
Okay.
in, without holding your breath. And as long as you're not looking down, you're either looking up or
Okay.
straight ahead.
It
Good.
kind of takes your mind off of what you're doing when you're looking out the
Exactly
window or
right, but
whatever.
just concentrate on squeezing your rear end when you do it. The other thing you're going to do for your rear end are kneeling kickbacks. So
Okay.
for that,
We have to
just
get
get
down
down
on
all
the floor?
fours. Position yourself so you got some room. I'll slide this out of the way.
Okay.
Now,
Like down like this.
just down like that.
Whoops.
In fact, why don't you face
Get
this
the
way?
warehouse water bottle out of the way.
Just face this way. There you go.
Okay.
Now all you're going to do, down all fours,
Like a push-up.
like a push-up. Bring your left knee up to your chest and kick it back.
Oh, like this?
Just like that.
Okay.
So bring your left knee up to your chest and back. Now this is a standard aerobics kickback. The difference we're going to do is you're not going to straighten out your leg on the way back. So keep
Okay.
it bent. There you
Like
go.
up?
Throughout the whole routine. Keep it bent. And do them slow and easy. Remember, anybody can get to the point where you're doing a lot of repetitions. You could just hammer these out and you're doing 30 and 40 and 50 and think you're doing a lot for your body. And you don't get anywhere. You don't feel anything in your body.
Because you're
Good,
not doing
relax.
it right. Okay.
What you want to do is, remember, one of our priorities are your hips and rear end, and you don't have that much time. So on the way back, you want to squeeze your butt. So in other words, when you're doing these, you're actually bringing the leg all the way up to your chest, because you want to stretch your rear end out as much as you
where I
can.
can see better?
So you bring, I don't want to do anything here, wait a minute. This is taking an ugly turn here. Taking an ugly turn.
Okay.
All you're doing is bringing one leg up to your chest, and bringing it back, squeezing your rear end while you do, stretching the rear end as much as you can, bring it back. You don't want to do a lot of that arching like you want to see. You don't want to bend one arm because it puts too much pressure in the back. You want to keep your arms almost locked, your head up, because you never want your head hanging down like that. Knee up, back, up, back. And if you're only doing about 15 reps, if you can do 15 reps, a couple of sets of those, and you don't feel in your rear end, you're not squeezing your butt, and it's not as effective. Okay, so 3 things. You're doing your squats, you're doing your lunges, and you're doing your kneeling kickbacks. Everybody will really do, start off with 1 set of 15 reps, and you actually want to go up to 2 to 3 sets of 15 reps over the first couple of weeks. And that's all.
And it's important to keep everything kind of tight while I'm doing it.
Tighten it, always hold your abs in.
Okay.
Because that'll help strengthen the muscles for the back.
Good.
Now we're going to do some chest exercises and some upper back exercises. Now actually, it's good that you have a bench. A lot of times people won't even have a bench. And if you don't, it's not necessary. The first thing we're going to do is stuff you see all the time, you've done them in high school, you see them done all over, is a push-up from the knees. And the reason that push-up from the knees is important for the house is it works a lot of the upper body muscles, works a ton of those, and you don't need a lot of equipment, and it's actually fairly easy to do. And for those, since you've already got me down here,
Okay.
a lot of people start out doing a from the knees push-up in this position. And then when you go down, the butt's sticking up in the air.
And that's not right.
Well, a low-flying plane could hit it. So what we're going to do is you're just going to lay on the floor. And with your hands just a little bit wider than your shoulder, and your knees together, you're just going to push up straight from your knees. And that way your body is a lot straighter. All right? Now, this is going to work your back a ton. So if you can't do them, if you still have trouble doing them, you haven't worked out in a while, you can do them on the edge of a countertop. Put your hands on a countertop and doing that way.
Or on the bench, right?
Or you could do them on a bench if you're pretty strong. If you've got a solid bench, you do it. But what that's going to do is give you a ton of stretch. So the first couple of weeks you do it on the floor.
Okay.
Get down there. I did my 2 reps.
Okay, am I flat?
No, you've got to lay flat on the floor.
Oh, flat.
Flat, flat.
Okay.
Now your hands are actually in a little closer. You want to stretch the pec. You want to stretch all this part of the muscle here, so just a little bit wider than shoulder.
Okay.
Move them back a little ways.
Back this way.
Right there.
Okay, then
Push
go
them
on my
up.
knees.
Very good, and down. Nice and easy.
Like this? It's a little slower.
You always go slow. 2 more. 1 more.
How are
good
we
one.
doing?
Perfect. Good job.
Okay.
There you go. You can be in the push-up Olympics. And that's all you do. If you can't do 15, start off with 5. Start off with 6. And then the next week, or a couple days later when you do them, start off with 8. All right, so you don't have to do 15 all at once, and you're doing 2 to 3 sets of those. The next thing you can do, if you have a bench, is you can do flat bench flies. And what all these exercises do, the push-ups will work the upper back, a little bit of the shoulder joint, a little bit of the arms, and the chest muscles. And especially for women and guys too, the chest is very neglected because nothing you do really during the day really works your chest. Okay, so we build up all these for support. You're building muscle, which burns more calories, and you're burning more fat at the same time. So for a fly, all you're going to do is hop on a bench. You can sit down over here and lay down that way.
Okay.
Okay, sit right on the
lay
edge.
down?
Yep. In fact, I brought some stuff we can use.
Okay, stop for a minute.
That's a good cutaway.
A major problem. I mean, if you're facing this way the whole time in the
Yeah,
light,
Yeah, I was
I was
wondering
trying to figure
about
out how we
that.
can move you over there.
You'll have
let's
to-
go. Do it. I
Okay,
think
I'll
it'd
scoot
be-
over there.
No, you can do whatever you want. I think Chris, you should just stand right here. It'd be
Okay,
better to
instead-
be right in front.
all right.
behind him. Now, when she was like completely behind him, did you notice the sound go down a lot?
Not really. It didn't go down very
A little
much.
bit. Okay.
Not much.
We'll try some
Yeah, I
different
didn't think of
things, and I
There
didn't
were a
want
couple
to.
times you two were just a little bit too far apart. It was probably comfortable and right for the shot, but you were just a little bit too far.
So were we out of the shot then?
There were a couple times
hit
Kevin's
stop.
feet were.
Basically.
Okay. Because I feel like I'm not saying anything.
Do you want me
Okay.
to
You're
reset?
staying on the plane.
Okay.
Do you want to reset?
No.
Okay. No. Okay.
Who knows what time we're on?
Okay, so I've got to hand you the weights then.
Okay. Well, we went from. Okay. Well, I'll use your video.
We went
and I'll
from
just show all the weights.
there.
I'll
You
just
want
get a
to sit
close-up
up like
of
you're
all the
laying down or
weights.
something, or?
Well, I'm just saying I went right from over here to up here, but I'll show all the weights.
Okay.
In 10 seconds, so it looks
Okay.
like I got here.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't you say something like, okay, now you're set on the bench, so I'm going to give you these weights.
Okay.
And take them up off the floor, like,
Mhm.
Where's my weights? Pretend like you pulled them out from my weights, like right here or something.
Okay.
Like I could lift those 15 pounds.
That's a lot of weight. Okay.
Okay. What we'll do is I'll be up like this kind of when we start, and you like go down. No, I'll be back here. And you go down to get the weights, and then say, okay, now we got you all set on the bench. I'm gonna hand you the weights.
Okay.
And this is what I want you to do.
Okay.
Okay, we rolling? Okay.
Now, after the push-up, which remember warmed up your upper back, warmed up your shoulders and your chest.
Okay, we got you set on the bench.
Okay.
That way they'll be like, oh, okay, well, she's got on the bench.
Okay.
The weights.
Okay, now you quite comfortable?
Yeah.
Seems like anytime there's comfort or whatever, you're in the middle of it. I'm gonna get you some weights here.
Okay, no, we'll get started over because I was kind of talking and we weren't ready. Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. Now you quite comfortable?
I'm fine.
Okay. One of us has got to be comfortable here. Especially when you're working out. If you've got a bench, you can do butterflies. And butterflies, remember, are for the upper chest, and that you can actually work the full part of the muscle. And it's going to work a little bit arm and shoulder too. So grab these two guys right there. They're about a pound apiece. Yeah, just like that. And you're going to start off with the exercise straight over your chest. So lock your arms straight over your chest right there. And lock them out. And that's almost a rest position. And notice the weights are right over right underneath your chest, right there.
Okay.
So now on the way down, just bend your elbows a little bit like you're doing a big hug. Like you're hugging 2 or 3 aunts. Your aunt and uncle at the same time.
Oh, aunt and uncle, not rodent
big
ants.
hug like that. Not rodent ants. I didn't want to say anything about those guys, but that's another so you're coming up in a big hug, just like this.
Okay.
Big hug.
Well, don't pound them together, I guess.
You can put them together, but you better get your fingernails out of the way.
Okay. Is this good?
That's good. Where do you feel it?
Like right here?
A little bit in your arm?
Yeah.
See, remember, to work your upper body, to work your chest, your shoulders, your back, you're going to work your arms a little bit. So, you know, it's actually, you're working out the smallest muscle group no matter what big muscle group you do.
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to remember is, if you feel it in your arms, try to concentrate on the muscle you're working on. Right now we're working chest.
Okay.
So try to squeeze your chest muscle on the way up, and lock your arms on the way up.
Oh, and get them straight up.
So yeah, one big hug like that.
Okay.
Okay, relax a minute, give me these two guys. And the way to do that, the way to feel any muscle group is when you've got a few minutes to yourself, you stand in front of the mirror, and you actually put a hand on the muscle you want to actually feel it in on your chest, and try to squeeze the muscle until you can feel it. Or you would do that in your arm, or you do that in your shoulder. If you're working a shoulder muscle, you want to try to lift this up and feel the muscle work. And that way, actually, it's easy to work it. All right? So you're doing your push-ups first, then you're doing your butterflies. And now we're going to do some other stuff for your back. So why don't you come on up a minute? You can swing around.
Stay on the bench?
Well, all you're going to do is you're going to lean with one arm on the bench. We're going to do some rowing.
Okay.
Okay. So all you want to do is, since you have a bench, remember you don't need a bench. You can do this on just about anything, any kind of solid surface. You want to put one hand on there, knees a little bent, take the weight forward, and you're going to do a row.
Oh, I see. Like that.
Just like a row. Almost like if there was a cable coming out of the ground like that. And keep your arm closer to your body. There you go. Pull it all the way down. And now on the way up, you actually want to start like this and pull your elbow up a little bit further than your back and stretch down.
Okay.
All the way up and all the way down.
Now, I should only be moving my arm?
Right. You should be stretching your back muscle, but your arm is the only thing that's really moving. Take it easy, slow down. How does that feel?
I think I like to do everything really
You
fast.
do.
I'm always in a hurry.
You'll be done with this in 8 minutes. Okay. Relax.
Okay.
Now, a couple of things you do, and you can actually see, you guys can actually see her back muscle working all in through here. And when you're doing that, concentrate on stretching the back. And if you start to do the exercise like this, and you only feel it in your arm, first thing, get your arm closer to your body, slow down a little bit, and actually, instead of pulling straight up and down, pull a little forward, like that, and actually stretch the body down. You're feeling back here a little more.
Okay.
And that's important for everybody, especially a lot of women, because women don't do any other activity that really builds up their backs. And that's one thing with you carrying around a lot of equipment, you carry around kids, or you carry around a purse.
Yeah.
The back is two things happen to everybody at the age of 21. Your chest muscles start to shrink, back muscles start to stretch, you start to get a little bit of this, where you have to tighten up your back muscles.
And that'll help, like if I'm carrying things like, on my shoulders, like a purse or a camera or a
You should never carry anything on your shoulder, technically.
Yeah.
But if you have to, right, you build up your back muscles for that.
Okay.
And then the other good point is, if you carry something on one side all the time, your purse, switch it around once in a while. It does put a lot of pressure on your back otherwise.
Okay.
Now we're going to work shoulders.
Okay.
So for your shoulders, grab your weights again, and you're sitting right on the edge of the bench.
Okay.
A lot of times if you sit back too far, your leg actually kicks your pelvis out of line, and you find yourself rounding out a little bit.
Okay.
The thickness of your leg. So you always sit on the edge of a bench, your back nice and straight, you bring the weights up to shoulder height. Someone sit on the floor.
No, I can sit on the floor.
That's fine, perfect.
It just gives me more of an anchor to sit like this.
Yeah, that's fine,
Yeah.
no problem.
I just realized that.
That's fine. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like totally everywhere. See, now, I think this picks up better than those lapels. I don't know why, but it just, I tried them once last weekend, and they didn't sound as good, so.
Okay.
Try to do different things.
So you're gonna grab these guys.
But I'm working on a wireless.
Huh?
Working on getting you a wireless.
Oh, very good.
So we're getting there.
So when we do, now on this thing now,
Okay.
all you're gonna do is you're gonna have them bring them up to shoulder height, and I'm just gonna say like 1 or 2 things, and then we're gonna do the phone's gonna ring.
Yeah, okay. We'll take it from like what, we won't start with the close-up, but I'll, well, we could. Do you think you could pull out? You think you could do a zoom out?
I could.
Okay. Can you, just try it and then we'll see. Zoom all the way in on these handheld weight things. As close as it'll get.
Okay,
Now,
that's about it.
you'll want to focus so that the last, on the lens, that big fat thing, closest to, yeah, you see it? As you move it, it'll be in focus and out of focus. Does that look pretty good? Okay, and if you're rolling, when we're ready to go, as soon as he starts talking, pull out, slowly on the thing into a wide shot.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you just to pull them up to shoulder height.
Yeah. What you say, now you got your weights there. What we want you to do is pull them up to shoulder height.
Okay, because we're gonna keep in about your hip position and everything else, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna keep
So
that in there.
that's why I was pre-posturing.
And then we're gonna do, how do we know when the phone's gonna ring? So right after you've done a couple of reps, you can say, oh, there's my phone.
I'll show the phone first.
Okay.
So it can be whenever. We just have to react. That's all.
Okay, so you do the first reaction. So after you've done a
Okay.
couple of reps, you can do the phone reaction.
Okay.
And then
I'll
I'll say,
excuse
why don't
myself.
you grab it? You excuse yourself, and
Okay.
I'll say, get right to the refrigerator.
Okay. Now, do you have a close-up on these weights?
As close as I can get.
It doesn't matter, just as long as like my face isn't in it. Okay, good. As soon as he starts talking, just pull out slowly. And you'll say, just give him, give me 2 sentences before you say bring him up to your shoulder. Just say again, okay, now you got your heavy weight there.
Okay.
And say, you can have whatever amount of weights comfortable for you, or something like that,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Okay, ready?
Okay, now you've got your heavy
Hold on.
weights.
I was talking like at the end of your
Okay.
so pause for 2 seconds and then start, and then he'll be pulling out. Okay, ready?
Okay, now you've got your heavy hands in your hands, but keep in mind that in order to pick out the weight you want to use for a particular exercise, take the lightest you possibly can, which is about 1 pound or so, do a couple of repetitions, and if you can easily do 15 reps with it, that's the weight you want to use. Something within the range of 12 to 15 repetitions.
Okay.
So you've got
Good.
a 2-pounder.
Yeah, these are pretty easy, so that's
Okay,
good.
so just pick them up to your shoulder,
Just straight up like this.
straight up like that, and just comfortably press them up without locking your elbows out.
Like, don't lock them the whole
Just
way.
don't lock them, just like that. And actually, don't put a real tight grip on the weights, just enough to hang on to them. Because
I
you
don't even really need to hold on with
don't
these
have to
mine.
hold on. Because that way, right, that way you're not using your arms so much.
Okay.
You're using your shoulders. And it's, all you're using is this part right in there. And come down a little bit further, easy. Pushing up. There you go. And if you start to feel a lot of tension in the back of your neck, lift your head up just a little bit.
Okay.
Lift your head up. Very good.
Good. Where should I be feeling it?
Where do you feel it?
Right in
Back
here?
of the arm?
Yeah.
Right now you feel it in the back of the arm because right now that's the weakest link in the chain.
Okay.
What you want to be working is your shoulder, right in this
Okay.
area. And actually you could do the exercise without the weights, because what is an arm weight? 10 pounds or so? 15
Yeah.
pounds?
Good. I could also do stuff maybe like holding them out, or is that
Well,
a different muscle?
You don't want to do that with your elbows locked. Because if you lock out your elbows, all you're going to be doing is a lot of arm, and you'll feel that in your bicep. You'll feel it up here a lot. So that's a lateral. That's another move. So
Okay.
there's a lot of different exercises you can do. But for now,
Focus on the ones we've got.
focus on the ones you've
Okay.
got. You've actually got a pretty decent shoulder muscle. So you just want to work those for range of motion and for strength a little bit, but you don't want to make your shoulders any bigger. So by doing a lot of repetitions, a lot of sets for the same area, you'd make them too big.
Okay.
So we don't want to be big powerlifters here, just
No.
toning up a little bit.
Just toning up.
Right.
Good. Oh, you know what? That's my phone. I'll have to
Go
go for
ahead.
a minute and just take. I'll be right back.
No problem, no
Okay.
problem. Remember, any exercise program is worth twice the money if you can also do something with your diet, okay? As a matter of fact, when she's out of the room, let's go look in her refrigerator. Come on. Okay.
Now,
Good.
what did you get? Did you get them kind of walking out?
Good.
When I do these things, were my hands way out of the shot?
No, I had your hands in the
This guy's a genius.
Wow. Good, bravo.
Mr. Spielberg.
But when you had your
Well-
hands out like this, I started to follow the first time you did it, and just when I got out there, you brought him back in.
That's fine.
That's okay.
And then I started to bring it back in, and you put your arms out again.
Okay.
Could we reshoot that last one?
Sure. Before we move,
It was good. It was real good. But when you
What?
turn to the camera and you go, now,
Did we stop the tape?
you said, now remember,
Okay.
just
Oh,
make that a
yeah.
little. Where?
Hold on. When I left, did we have like a whole wide shot? Was it wide?
It was wide, but I think I brought it in a little bit on him.
Right-
and
right
I
as I
just,
left.
yeah, just as you
Good.
left.
Let's
So,
go.
and I just brought it in a little bit on him now.
Okay, let's go even more because then it won't be an extreme
Okay.
shot.
Is that the position you were in when you left?
I think so.
Okay.
We'll be pretty close on him. Okay, we'll start like that, and then if you want to pull out a little, you can as he starts talking.
Okay.
Because you know when you edit, you can't have like the same thing to the same thing. It looks jumpy.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay.
We're going.
Hey, while she's gabbing, keep something in mind.
Hold on. Just start again.
Yeah.
Even though you're whispering,
Mhm.
whisper a little louder.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it jumped a little.
That's good, though.
Okay, go ahead.
It sounds like she's going to be a while on the phone. So while she's gone, keep in mind that even though you're going to do an exercise program which is going to burn calories, your diet is 50% of the battle. You want to eat low fat. You want to get your fat grams down to the point where they're no more than 20 to 30% of your total calorie intake. Now, Sarah and I were going to bring that up too in another show, but as long as she's gabbing, let's sneak over and see what she's got in her fridge.
Perfect.
I cut off his head when he stood up.
That's
but,
fine.
But you can get that from the previous shot.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was
Okay.
perfect.
It's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. I loved it.
We're going to stay here and do the other parts.
Okay.
now
Okay.
before we move.
Oh, that was perfect.
All right. So then we've got to do something where we're coming.
Hey, Kev, I hope you're not snooping through anything in there.
Come on out when you're ready.
Okay, let's try that again.
That was
Give
good.
me a little more pause before you run in.
Okay.
I mean, like, wait, I'll give you cue when
That was perfect, though. His face was perfect.
Okay.
But, you know, we didn't see his face. We saw a face here, but we didn't see, like, his oops. We're going to get an oops face.
Right, later,
Okay.
but he had a really funny face
Okay,
as he's
good.
running in.
I'll do, yeah, your face is funny.
Yeah.
I'll give you a deal and then you can go.
Okay.
Right? Right? Are you rolling? Hey, Kev, I hope you're not snooping through anything in there.
Just waiting for you. Gonna do some arms.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know we gotta stop and do that. That was really good.
I'm sorry.
Chris, that could have been Academy Award.
Can
You
we
think the bridge
stop
over the river
it?
quiet? You think they put the bridge back up for God's sake?
I'm
Shut up.
Okay,
Oh. All right.
good. Do your arms thing. Your timing was perfect on
Oh, God, it was.
Okay. We're rolling. Hey, Kev, I hope you're not snooping through anything in there.
No, we're just waiting. Ready to do your arms. Oh, we gotta do that over.
Yeah, you're very hard. Right in the house. Hey, Kev, I hope you're not snooping through anything in there.
Take your time. I'm ready to do your arms when you are.
Let's do it again. Just say, no, just sitting here waiting.
Okay.
Ready to do your arms.
Okay.
We're gonna do some arms.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Kev, I hope you're not snooping through anything in there.
No, just sitting here ready to do some arms with you. Take your time.
Geez, I'm sorry about that phone
Oh,
call,
no
but,
problem.
You know, I
He's
get them
good.
all day long. So,
Knees getting a little tired. But anyway, from shoulders, we're going to go on to your arms. Now, a lot of people neglect their arms because it seems like too much work. Another thing is a lot of women don't want to build up any bulk. But keep in mind, we're not building a bulk, we're toning and tightening. Okay? So, to do your arms, you can stay comfortable just where you are. We're going to start with your biceps. That's the front of the arm.
Okay.
Bi meaning 2, it's a smaller muscle group than the tricep. So, take your nice heavy hands. There you go. And hold them right at the side, palms up.
okay.
And just curl them up. Perfect form already.
All right.
Now where do you feel these guys? That's a pop quiz.
I
I don't really feel any kind of pain or anything, but
We don't want to feel any
this,
pain.
Yeah, I can feel this muscle kind of tightening as I
Good.
go up.
Okay. Now what you're doing is exactly right. That's the bicep, the front of the arm, right over here.
Okay.
And you don't obviously want to build bulk, but you want to build shape, something completely different. So the two things to remember is, when you go all the way down, you want to stretch down as far as you can, and you want to come up just far enough that if you come up any further, your elbow would move. So you don't want your elbow to move, because that starts using some shoulder. So just curl it up and stretch it down. You'll see a lot of people doing half movements, coming down halfway. You know, you don't really have to bother with that. You don't want to shorten up a muscle. You want to lengthen it and stretch it out. That's what makes it more youthful. Now, the first couple times you'll do these, you'll feel them right in here a little bit because you're stretching it out a little bit. So take it slow and easy.
So even though I'm going so slow, it's still real beneficial, right?
In fact, it's more beneficial.
Okay.
You want to get out of the aerobics tape mentality where you're pounding everything out.
Yeah.
You want to actually stretch and control the weight, and you don't need a death grip on it, remember, just a nice, easy grip. Because when you do that, you're raising up your blood pressure a little bit for one thing, and the other thing is you start to use some forearm, and you don't want a big old veiny forearm.
No.
Good, relax. So
I'm getting into it.
That's all you're going to do. You're going to do about 3 sets of those, and now we're going to work the back of the arm, the triceps.
Okay, where do I go?
A lot of things you can do for that. A couple of things, easy things we're going to do is, I'll take one of these guys, and you can do triceps extension. So just put your arm straight over your head, straight up in the air. Now bring it back a little bit.
Back this way?
No, back that way. So straight up in the air. Now here's what you do. A lot of times if you just start out going like this, your elbow will be to one side or the other. So you want to start off with your arm straight up in the air.
Okay.
There you go. And just bend your hand behind your head. That's all you do. In fact, a lot of these, watch yourself in the mirror. Because sometimes you'll see somebody come out to one side, go down halfway, you don't want to conk yourself in the back of the head. Now, you can actually see that your arm is a little bit away from your head if you watch this in the mirror. And if I do them, my arm is supposed to be a little closer to the head. This arm should actually be straight up and down, this part of my arm. The reason for that is I'm just a little more flexible. So see, that tells you muscle, just because you have some muscle doesn't mean you're less flexible.
Okay.
If you stretch out the muscle, make it more flexible. So you watch yourself in the mirror. There you go, that's not bad. In fact, the elbow's coming out that way, so get your arm closer to your head. Okay, relax.
Okay.
Do the other arm. Straight overhead. Just bring it down behind your head. And try to move this, like in a fresh, just right like that. There you go.
Okay.
And after, once again, a couple of weeks of doing it, you'll feel yourself stretch a little more in here. You don't want to force anything, but you'll find yourself getting a little more flexible in the shoulder area. And stretch. And that's actually really good form. Relax a sec. And you see what you're doing is, this part of your body isn't moving. Your wrist isn't moving. Sometimes you'll see people come up and then extend, puts too much pressure on the wrist. All you're working is tricep, the back of the arm. Okay, stand up a sec. Another thing you're going to do is a tricep extension. Now the tricep extension, like last time for our back, we did some rowing. Now all we're going to do is, all your weight's on one arm, okay? You can lean like that. And you want your body, this top part of your arm alongside your body, and just go straight back and forward, and straight back and forward. And actually put your elbow right next to your body. There you go. And extend it out. And once again, you've got great form because your wrist isn't bending in the back. And you're just working the back of your arm here to tighten it up. Nice and easy. And you feel the back of your arm a little bit?
Yeah, like right here.
Exactly right. Now relax a sec. So all you're doing with your leaning is taking the pressure off your back and the rest of your body.
Okay.
Okay? If you feel in your back, you're leaning too much, you're not at a good angle, try to rearrange. You shouldn't feel anything else and anywhere else but the back of your arm. Now a lot of times women will say, especially when they hold up their arms, the inside of their arm is flabby. And actually the tricep extension will address that problem. But remember, the tricep, tri meaning 3, is a 3-headed muscle. So just going through the motion all the time is not going to do it. What you want to do when you come back, people naturally squeeze the outside head of the tricep. You want to try to squeeze the inside.
Okay.
So actually you can have a roommate come over and put a finger, in fact stand up a second, do a couple of tricep extension. Now actually, you'd feel this right over here on the outside head. But what you want to do is have someone put a finger on the inside head here. Now I can feel it squeezing. And that's what you want to squeeze, right there.
Yeah, I do feel it squeezing there.
Good, relax. So you're actually putting a finger there and you want to work the full part of the muscle. And that's one of the biggest things to keep the arm from getting flabby. Okay? So that's basically what you're going to do for your body. You're doing exercise to work your body from head to toe. It's going to take you probably 15 or 20 minutes, but you don't want to rush. You're starting off with 2 or 3 sets of 15 reps, okay? Real lightweight. If you are very rushed and you get up and say, I don't want to do that big long weight routine, just do the legs.
Okay.
Or just do the upper body and do the legs later in the day. Now the cardio portion is very important too, but you don't have to do hours long program. Remember, you haven't been doing anything consistently right now. So get up in the morning and say you're a little tired. Then just do your legs. Just do your squats, just do your lunges, and just do your kneeling kickbacks. And then later in the day, if you have more time, do your upper body and then do 20 minutes of your bike. Walk for 20 minutes. You know, whatever, you know, if you can jog, if you feel comfortable doing that, and your doctor says no problem, jump rope, that type of thing. If on another day, if you feel a little fresher, get up in the morning and do 20 minutes on a bike, and then do 10 minutes of legs. Then later in the day, do your upper body exercise. So you're not spending more than 20 minutes at a time, okay?
Okay, it sounds real good. I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Then we're going to check back every week on the weight then.
Okay.
We'll give you notice first.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. I appreciate coming over to the house.
Thanks for having us over.
Great.
Okay.
Now, when that big thing blew, what happened?
You had a little bit of hair in your face, and I could see your shirt waving a little bit. But otherwise, nothing.
Oh, but like the by the way, turn the camera off.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna come in a little bit. You can have your feet wider apart.
Okay.
Because see, now stand just like you're doing right now. Move this foot out. Now you're even.
Okay.
Move this up. Now you're even. Because you were standing like this almost.
Okay. From
Okay.
dancing and
That's
stuff.
right.
Yeah,
and you
that's
start coming
true.
out like this. You want to come a little bit closer like that.
Okay. Now, what I want from you is like, anything that's a cutaway. So like maybe a close up of this part of my shin, and maybe pan up slowly or something.
A part of your.
Just part of my body here that where I can see like a close up of something. Like
Suck
my
it while you're
knee
doing
going
it.
down.
Make sure you're sucking in your abs and
Okay.
using your butt because it just has a better
And
look to it.
just at this pace, slow
Right.
Okay.
and easy.
If you zoom all the way in, you might need to refocus.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Just for your own thing, so that you don't like do weird things to your knees as you're getting more into working out.
Okay.
You have a tendency to stand with them locked. So many people
And
with
don't lock
dance
your
backgrounds do this. They have the hyperextended knees and they lock them
Don't
out.
like 'em.
Don't.
Anytime, not just when you're working
I've
out.
noticed you do it all the time because I just know that bowed leg look.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably incredibly flexible, but it's,
Not lately, but
it's
used to do all those little toe touches and things.
Yeah.
Do you have my foot focused? Or something
Yeah,
focused?
I have, eyelid.
What do you have, like right here or something?
Yeah, more of that.
I'm just gonna do some of these motions and just get shots of like, pretty close ranges so that I could throw that in there while we're talking. So that you can see like my knee going down maybe or something. Okay. This?
suck it in. Yeah. A little slower, maybe, Kev.
That's fine like that.
What do you need, Greg, in terms of?
Oh, no, this is fine.
It'd be perfect if you were squeezing your butt.
Squeeze, tuck, hold, bend.
That's it.
There's
Smile.
so much to think
Otherwise,
about.
why waste time?
Let me take a look at that just so that I know what it was.
We'll stop this.
What else?
Lunges?
I think let's just get close-ups of me doing a little bit of everything real quick.
You just need,
Is it just the weights?
No, well, I got the whole bench too.
Okay.
that looks nice. That setup looks nice.
Good. Okay, will you I'm just gonna do the different lunges again and just get close-ups of my knees and stuff again.
Oh,
real
sure.
quick, just as little cutaways.
Of your knees.
Can you remind me what we were all doing?
Yeah, we started out with the squats and we went to
We did
lunges.
those. Okay, the lunges were like, just get close-ups of me doing,
And you don't want your knee to come past your toe.
oh,
So you can come out a little further. In fact, why don't you stand back in a corner more? Right there.
Why don't you stand right here, just so you're in the background here. Okay. This.
Perfect. Now come on a little further. Keep
Now,
your feet
see,
back.
I'm just wondering about his close-ups.
Okay.
What are you seeing? Do you need me to hold it?
Well, I think I'm in too far to recognize a knee.
Knee.
Okay.
See the
Oh,
knee?
yeah, you're really in far. Why don't you come out a little?
You might want
Just
to
a tiny
refocus
bit.
or something. So maybe you can just get this area of my knee going down.
And go back, switch feet.
I want to wait till he gets this shot. Are you getting my knee going down?
Yeah. I'm more
Oh,
or less
that's good.
have your whole trouser.
That's
What about
good, that's
this?
good.
Is that in it too?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, am I doing these right, Kevin?
Slow.
Whoa.
Get your feet back there a little bit.
Yeah, you need more of a range.
Slow.
Whoa. Put your
Get
hands
back
on your
foot.
hips.
If this was Bozo Buckets, you'd be thrown out. Get behind the line back there.
Oh, I'm moving forward?
Yeah. This cheater of the century. You
She's
passed
out of
bucket
range a
number
little
3.
here. Stay in range. Stay in the sunspot.
No problem.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a close-up of like my hand, just my hand going like this.
Now stretch down further. Stretch. There you go. Keep your elbow close to your body.
Good.
Slow and easy. Stretch. You actually want your whole back to stretch down, like something's pulling you down. Good. Because this is important for you because it's going to build up the muscles you want.
I love doing those. They feel great.
These are good for my back?
Yep.
Yes.
Good, I'll do a million of these.
Stretch. Pull up and stretch. But don't do them unless you feel that stretch all the way to the ground. Still further. You still got to stretch further to the ground. There you go. Actually feel your back moving. You feel that in your back?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Upper back, not lower, right?
Yeah, like a little bit right here.
Good.
Good.
And you want to get to the point where you're feeling it up here.
Are you seeing it still?
Mm-hmm.
Feel it point again?
Up here.
Okay.
You could yeah, this is a hard one.
Stretch.
You can't really get much closer.
Are you getting some stuff anyway?
Yeah.
Cutting off the top of your elbow a little bit, and cutting off your wrist when
That's okay. Maybe close-ups of my hands when I'm doing the push-ups or something.
Okay.
I just.
Or should we get your
A little
knees
bit
when
wide.
you're
Why don't you
doing
lay down?
push-ups?
Lay down on the floor. And see, you want your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders and
Okay.
back this way a little bit. Right there. Even more even with your chest. There you go.
Okay.
I have no idea.
You have to just guess and do something interesting.
Put them in there, Chris.
Like my face, maybe.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, what about your knees? If your knees are supposed to be on the ground?
Yeah, I just want anything to like be a cutaway while I'm. Well, you wouldn't get my knees. Yeah, get my knees.
Okay, move it
Go
back
ahead,
a
let
little.
him do it. And
We have zebra lines all over the back
because
there.
it's so shiny. Do you know which one the iris is on there? That what I told you with the numbers?
Oh, yeah.
Turn it probably clockwise. It'll get darker or lighter. You want to go darker. Just do it one way or the other, and you'll see.
Okay. No problem.
Getting darker,
Yeah, that's fine.
but not too dark that you can't see.
It's not going to be quite consistent with the rest of the shot, though.
Okay, well we'll see what
That's,
we get. Shall I do my push-ups now?
Go ahead.
I'm getting tired.
nice butt shot.
Remember, you want your body to be even with the floor.
Right?
Yeah, you can pick your head up.
Wait, let's see.
Yeah, now you look more athletic. Look at that.
Okay, can we get the rest of her now?
That's good. Don't go over 50.
Keep my head up.
Keep your head up.
Hold my tummy in.
Yep,
Tighten my butt.
always.
You can forget about your butt right now.
More. Okay. What else do we do?
Shoulders?
You did shoulder press.
Step
We
on
did
here.
rowing.
Oh, let's
She
do
did.
rowing.
She
We did the
rose.
rowing already.
Oh, I
So all you had was the butterflies.
Oh yeah, butterflies.
Now in a butterfly, you're laying on your back, and as soon, right over your chest, and as soon as you go down, your arms are bent and straight,
Okay.
and bent and straight.
Now.
So lock them out over your chest.
Okay. So you probably want to get just this part, you know?
Remember, you're hugging all your aunts and uncles.
Okay. And spiders and
Okay.
Snakes.
snakes. That's centipedes.
Should I feel it here?
Well, don't go down that far right now. You will because you're a little tight, but you want to try squeezing your chest and feel it in there. In fact, bring the weights more over your chest now instead of so far up close to your head. Good.
Wait, okay, got
Like
it.
that.
Good, I feel it a little differently now.
Good.
Okay, what do
That's
you...
good. That's good. That's real good.
A couple of these in there.
Of course, you're not squeezing your chest, but now your hands just went up over your shoulders again. Get them back over your chest. More over your chest. There you go.
More energy this way.
Yeah. Doing more for your body in a shorter period of time, too.
Whoops.
Good form, good form.
Good. What else was there?
Okay.
And then it was the arm stuff.
Or tries and
Curls.
buys.
You're tight enough on me, right? So it's just me.
Oh, and the try kick.
Was I sitting...
Shoulder press, just
was
like
I-
that.
Yeah, shoulder press.
Okay. Let's try. Yeah, just stay tight enough so that we don't know that Kevin's not in the shot, you know, and the point is too that close as we can. Okay. They were like this.
No,
Arms straight
shoulder
over your
press
head.
is like this. Military.
Oh, we did these. What can you get for me doing this?
Head, shoulders, and arms.
Okay.
Maybe. Well.
That's good.
How about just one arm?
Do you want just one?
No,
Yeah.
you want both at the same time.
Yeah, it's.
No, I'll do both, but just see one.
It'll look like there's just one arm going.
Yeah, you don't want.
Well,
that would give
we
people the wrong
can't really
idea.
get that in the picture because
Actually, the ones you got was fine. You
Yeah.
can see both arms, right?
yeah, both arms and the weights are just at each end.
Okay, good. Let's
That's
do it
fine.
again.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other exercise we didn't get?
Curls.
Curls and
Was I
tries.
sitting here like this doing these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go through that again. You don't even need to get my head. Maybe you can get like some general area.
Torso. There you go.
Very good.
When we're shooting, we have to do it over and over. Get a real workout.
Yeah. You'll be all pumped and primed.
Am I?
You'll be like, wow.
Is my head in the shot?
Your chin, your bottom lip.
You want to zoom in a little tighter than
Yeah,
that?
cut it.
I really can't.
Oh.
The range of your arms is too much.
That's good. When you're doing these on your own too, I would always break my wrist if I wasn't real concentrating.
Okay.
Now you gotta do one behind the neck like that.
Okay.
Straight over your
Wasn't
head, sitting up.
I was sitting this way straight.
Mm-hmm. You
Yeah.
were.
Arms straight over your head, and just come down behind your head. So this is actually plastered all the way like that.
The whole
Now just
time.
relax your shoulder. Relax. Like that. Pick your head up. Pick your head up. There you go. And go slower. Keep your arm close to your body, and just relax your shoulder.
There you go. Keep your arm in. It's drifting. Keep it in.
Start doing these in front of a mirror.
Yeah.
Not your rearview mirror either.
For the real time conscious person, do these in your car, out
Used
your
to work out in
sunroof.
this in the you know where you tan when you stand up. You getting
Tanning
something?
booth?
Yeah. But when you stand, you just do like little mini things.
Very
Okay.
good.
I think we got everything, right?
That's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do the rest. If you want to get off, do this. Enter. We'll have a shut. Enter. Like just kind of walk in from stand there and just kind of walk into the picture.
Okay, can you see all that?
That's good. You want to do it again?
Okay. Because what I'm gonna do is come over here and get. Now, can you see my head here? Or you should
I'll
I
just
get down?
stand up or
Because
whatever.
what I'll do is I'll come over and stand and say, basically, why we're going in your fridge.
Okay. Now remember to whisper loudly.
Okay.
Now, when are you going to pick up?
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, keep in mind your exercise
Do it
program.
again. Talk louder.
Okay.
Remember, I'm all the way in the bedroom.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I want you to get by the fridge because your exercise program is going to be half the battle.
Okay,
the other,
start again. You started even too soft, you know. You went,
Okay, just talk normal.
yeah, talk
How
normal.
about I talk normal?
Okay. But you don't have to shout, you know. Just
Okay.
Okay. And don't hit the cover.
Don't hit the cover when you go down.
Okay, go ahead, take
And
a breath.
squeeze my butt.
Take a breath. Hold on. Okay. Go ahead.
We should have a couple of minutes. You gotta look in the refrigerator because remember, half the battle is what you put in your mouth. Half is gonna be your exercise program. And working out about 3 days a week, about 20 to 30 minutes, is gonna burn about 1,050 extra calories a week. We're gonna need about another 28 to 30 grams of fat we're gonna save to lose a pound of fat a week. Okay, so we're gonna check in here. Most of the time, what people do is they don't eat enough. Like we talked about in other shows, you don't eat enough carbohydrates, you don't eat enough protein, and now you get hungry for more fat. So we're gonna make sure she has enough carbohydrates, enough muffins or whatever whole grain products. So be quiet. Oh my God, this is gonna be worse than I thought. Here, we need some heavy-duty flashlight to get in the deep, dark recesses of this. Okay. We find skim milk, very good. For calcium, we've got some skim milk. We've got some orange juice. We've got some eggs. That's a good source of protein. Remember, you can eat just about as many eggs a day as you want. Stick to about 2 or 3, just don't eat the yellows. All the fat and the cholesterol is in the yellows. Or get egg beaters. Another thing we see is, oh my God, here's some vegetables. Why do vegetables always rot and ice cream doesn't? Well, the main reason is because that's what we eat most of the time. But we find out that she's actually got some lettuce. She's got some corn in here. She's got some broccoli. Oh, it's dead. Oh my God. Look at this broccoli. I'm calling the broccoli, please. Oh, it's more lettuce. Look at this lettuce. Oh God. Put it back because she's probably going to look for that. So that's what I'm saying. All the fruit. Huh?
What you said, remember half the battle is their food. You know, that was excellent. And you might want to say, if you're, which I think was really funny, oh, it's worse than I thought, maybe you want to start with something bad, but then go, but there is skim milk and...
Okay, you're gonna walk in from over there. Okay, go ahead.
Remember, the reason we're raiding a refrigerator is because half the battle, in order to lose fat and put on muscle, is what you put in your mouth. So by exercising about 3 days a week, about 20 minutes, half hour at a time, you're burning about 1,050 extra calories. So all we got to do is save about another 20 to 30, say 38 grams of fat a day, which is doable, to get within eating about 20 to 30% of your full daily intake. Oh, let's do it again.
That was good though.
No, I messed it up.
Okay, anytime.
Okay, we've got a couple of minutes. The reason I wanted to bring you out to a refrigerator was because remember, we're going to be exercising 3 days a week. Now exercising 3 days a week will burn off about 1,050 calories per week extra if you go about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. But the other thing we want to do, half the battle is what you put in your mouth. So if you burn out 1,000 calories or so with your exercise, all we've got to save is another 30 or 38 grams of fat a week. Eat less fat, and that way you'll lose about a pound of fat, pure fat, a week. The other thing to keep in mind is that, I don't know what the other thing to keep in mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Then just go for it. Then just
Okay.
open it.
Yeah, well, I'll make it real short.
Yeah.
Anytime. Wait. Okay, anytime.
Why don't you start with just, remember, half the battle is.
Okay.
She just said that stuff over in the other room.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, remember, half the battle of what you're doing is what you put in your mouth. Your exercising will burn about another 1,050 calories a week extra if you're doing 3 times a week, about 20 minutes to 30 minutes at a time. All you've got to do is burn another, or get rid of another 30 to 38 grams of fat through your food a week, and you're down a pound of fat a week. So we're going to take a look in here and see what she's been doing. She's been telling me she's eating low fat. Oh my God. I need some heavy duty stuff. This is worse than I thought. Oh, not too bad. Of course, one of the first things you'd always go for, hot dogs. Good old American hot dogs. And cheese on top of it. But actually, what's in there? There's some tortillas in here, which are fine. Medium tortillas, flour, water, those are good. And, let me put this down, it's also got some orange juice, some skim milk, got some eggs. Remember, egg is a great source of protein. You can eat a couple of them a day, but only eat the white. All the fat, all the cholesterol is in the egg yellow. So it's a good source of protein. Let's look at our vegetables. Here's some carrots, very good. There's a lot of lettuce, big onion, some corn, a dead apple. Oh my God, what is this? This is typical, something died in here. Look at this double. Oh my God, Andy Rooney would say, why do vegetables always rot in your refrigerator and ice cream doesn't? Well, Andy, it's not a conspiracy, it's because ice cream is better, tastes better. So keep track that you're not buying too much of the fresh stuff, buy some canned. In fact, what you got up here in frozen foods, ice cream? Oh my God, this is a setup. Frozen vegetables, perfect. I got some whole beans. What's buried back here? More vegetables. Remember, frozen vegetables will keep longer, and they're actually fresher and keep their vitamins longer. Well, she's got to have some other food hidden in here. Let's see, cabinets. Spaghetti, good carbohydrate. Got some tuna packed in water, good source of protein. We've got some green beans, very low in sodium. We've got some good spaghetti sauce. Wait a minute, is this extra chunky? Does that mean there's meat in there? No, there's no meat in there. Remember, you can have this spaghetti sauce on your spaghetti. Just make sure it doesn't have any meat in there. That's where all the fat is. Here's a normal mushroom and diced onion. 4 grams of fat. Puree, oh, this is good. Extra chunky. Remember, the commercial brands will have a little bit of sugar in there just to cut the tartness of the tomato. And crisp rice. Not bad at all. Some Cheerios. Remember, we talked about these in the store. They're actually, between 5 and 6 grams of sugar per serving. This is under that. We've got some beans. We've got some nice kidney beans for protein, for carbohydrate. This actually isn't too bad. Keep in mind, what you want are some of the staples of carbohydrates that you can grab. For instance, you can get some frozen bagels, like Blender's Bagels or Sara Lee. Don't forget to have potatoes around the house. You can cook them up. It's one of the best sources of carbohydrates. You can have more rice sitting around, so get your carbohydrates up to the point where you're not hungry. Wake up in the morning, have a piece of whole wheat toast, have a bagel, and that way you're not going to be hungrier later. Okay? So actually, she didn't do too badly. Let's get back.
Hey, Kevin, I hope you're not snooping too much in there.
Okay.
Okay, good. Let's take it from. I want to be able to get just a good expression of you, like, oh, I've been caught. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That was good though.
The last thing you said was, you're like
Okay.
what do we gotta do here?
So actually, she didn't do
Yeah.
too badly. That was good.
Well, no, I actually had these. I actually was talking like this and said, your bagels and everything else.
Yeah, and then I started to say something, and you looked up. So let's close that cupboard, and I'll get just a close up of your face. And I just want a regular reaction. I gotta zoom on you. I gotta hold still so I can find you. Okay, hold on. We don't even have to communicate. Okay. Give me a look like you've been caught, like I just.
Yeah.
Okay, now just a look like, make you look weird or something.
There you go.
Or look at the camera like right at me. That was perfect.
That was
Okay.
perfect.
Okay, I think that's it. You wanted to do a wrap? I
Yeah.
have a phone.
That's what in Ohio where you're on a party line.
I'll do it later. The voice.
No, I've done it at home even. I've done it at the office.
idea. I can call the operator and say, hey, I'm not sure if my phone's working.
Yeah.
We'll just do it together then.
Also some keys there or something?
Yeah, I just do that. Yeah, I'm not sure if the ringer on my phone is working. I was wondering if you just try the number for me. Do you have it there in front of you, or? Okay, thank you. Bye. That ringer must not be working.
We're gonna stand up.
Hi, this operator? Oh, she gave up.
Just
Oh,
try
you
again.
weren't even there anyway. Okay, that works fine. Although I said something that during the thing, and I realized, I can't talk because I'm sure it picked up, even though I didn't have the mic pointed towards it. It'll be fine. Okay, I think that's it. Okay.
And if we need a closing, we can even do that Saturday.
Well, do you want to close from here?
Might as well. We can do that.
Or,
Well,
What do you think, Sarah?
We kind of said, you know, I thank you for coming and whatnot.
Okay.
Do you mean a closing like a summary?
yeah, we...
No, if you need
no,
a different closing. Well, you decide
If
when.
you want a new closing after your commercial, saying keep it clean, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Okay, then we do that at the studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're closed here.
Good.
So you think that we could get this, this thing together for Channel America pretty quickly?
Yeah, I'm just, you know, when I